Hey, well, hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining us once again on this episode of Dead by Daylight today. With me almost is Gabrielle, who's almost here. I assume she's running from the other side of the studio right now. Anyway, today let's start with welcoming. We don't have a Bjorn today, so it's going to be Alberto saying hi. Hi, thank you for making this possible. We have a shit ton of mods with us. I will not name every single person because we have way more, but I want to thank people for joining me and making this possible. Yeah, we have a lot of new mods that joined the team lately. I'll let Gabrielle announce that when she gets here. Yeah, I'm very happy because we have a lot more people helping to keep this from turning into a circus, which it usually does. I want to make an announcement. Why am I not looking? Oh, there you go. That's where I'm looking. So I want to make an announcement. We have a new community manager in Russia now. We have to spread ourselves a little bit so that we can reach out to all the corners of our player base, and we have added a new community manager in Russia, which is an announcement that Gabrielle will be making in a second. I'm just giving you a teaser. And then I'm supposed to get to the roadmap, and I'm waiting. Seriously, run here. I hope she's watching right now. So I guess I'll start with taking a few questions because all these announcements are on her plate and she needs to be talking about this. I will talk about the community event that's starting in a few hours. I think there's a countdown on the stream, on the chat right now. 6 hours or some before the Blood Feast begins. The Blood Feast is going to be a triple blood point weekend with a goal of achieving, I believe she has the number, it's around 27 bazillion points, something like that. It's going to be a little crazy and it's going to get very bloody and it's going to be awesome. If you actually manage to fill the bucket up to those 27 bazillion points, we will be keeping the offerings, the anniversary offering that give even more blood points for an extra month, and the people on console will finally get their hands on it for a full month. It's starting in about 6 hours. I want to talk about a few bug fixes and changes. So the nurse fixes came in the beginning of the week. There was a problem. Hey!
What?
Hi!
Late? What?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, act as if you were here all along and it was a
was.
rendering issue.
What's happening?
Good.
Hello.
Hi. So I was at the part where I'm talking about the bug changes and fixes, but
Already?
we can go back to the new community manager in Russia.
Yeah. Hi. We're kind of low.
Yeah, we're a little low. It's
Hi.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a minute to get your bearings?
I was literally running.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so don't we have the chat somewhere?
Yeah, it's on there. But we have a shit ton of new mods, which I was talking about.
Yeah.
And they are currently in Discord telling
Actually,
us what's happening.
they are prospective mods that we are
Considering. Okay,
because
good.
we're not just gonna go around and give bad hammers to people.
Of course not.
So.
But they can already help quite a lot.
Yes, absolutely. So we're getting new people in. We're going to have a couple of people that are talking other languages that can reach out to more of our player base, which is great. And we are growing the community managing team because obviously
Yeah.
I need help.
I was mentioning that we need to reach out to a few other places in the world,
Exactly.
and we started with Russia.
So we started with Russia, and we want to welcome Clyde.
Yay!
So, welcome Clyde. Clyde is going to start officially on Monday because he's busy this weekend and everything.
But welcome to the team, officially.
Officially. Welcome to the team, and I'm
Really cool.
really glad you're here.
So, new group of mod, new community manager in Russia, and then we get to the roadmap for PC and console. I jumped ahead to the main event, but we'll go back to the roadmap on PC and console. If you can pull it up, please,
the image
Roberto.
is on getting the files.
Yeah, so we had a little conversation and we wanted to give a little more information on what's coming. Yes, this is the thing. Thank you.
Did you see my title?
Yeah, it's fine. And there's a few things that I wanted to discuss, but it was not worth changing it. We can discuss it right now. So this is what's coming for PC right now. The next few things, and they are in order, but let's say it's a soft order. Some things may be moved around a little bit.
Yes. In the bottom, you know, the little characters, right?
That people don't pay attention to usually.
Yeah, but we're still...
Read the small print, people.
Yes, but that is... The order and the content can change at any time because of obvious, like, something explodes, like we need to deal with the explosion, right?
Yeah, so
that's something.
This is for the next, let's say, 2 months, something like that.
I'm not saying dates, I'm saying order.
Yeah.
So there's no dates on that.
But usually more than that, it becomes blurry a little. So we have the charity case, the killer update, the doctor, quality of life update. We're going to have soft bands. This is so exciting.
Yeah. Yep.
The badges update, so a big point system update. It's going to change the ranking system and the victory conditions of the game for both killers and survivors. And then content, which I like that you put it in the content category, and it's just content.
Yep,
and let's leave it at that.
Because we're going to leave it at that because...
There's always new content coming for this game, but yes, it is in that order sort of thing. One thing I want to add though on the subject... well, we'll get back to it at some point, but in the subject of soft bands, by the way, can you log into the setup of this one? Because it was logged into the setup. Yeah, you'll have to show yourself a little bit.
It's a second picture.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
But you can put the second one. Okay, so console, the plan is right now, is 1.6, Lullaby for the Dark, needs to get the console. And when I say 1.6, it means that every single game change that happened...
And bugs, fixes, and everything.
So new content, new tweaks to the game, the Victory Cube, the Lullaby, all of this goes into console. That's the next thing. Then Halloween, then Charity Case, and essentially, when this happens, we will be caught up with the PC build.
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea. There. Thank you very much. So that's the roadmap. That's the stuff that's coming to you quickly. That's the next step for us. That's what we're working on right now. Hopefully that gives you people a little more visibility in what we're aiming to achieve, and it gives you an idea of what we're working on every day.
Exactly. How about Survivor Friend incentives and everything? We talked about that before.
Yeah.
Was that coming with the badges? I want to make sure.
I think there's something in there. I read something. I don't know to what extent.
Exactly.
But yeah, there is something in there about that. I just don't want to state anything. It's Dave's domain, and I'm not sure.
Guys,
so
just to make something clear here, there is not going to be dates on the roadmap. It's even like you guys don't know how much work we put on actually getting a roadmap public.
Yeah.
So no dates, not gonna happen. You guys are gonna see when it comes, and you can knowing the order, you can know what's coming up next. So yeah.
Yeah. So there's a question here addressing the lobby issues.
Okay, not Survivor Friend incentives, but Survivor Friend and killer incentives.
Yeah. So rewards for playing against people
killers.
working together.
Yeah.
So will you be addressing the lobby issues? So right now we switched to the full-on mirror solution for matchmaking. It is an improvement overall. For some people it's not as good. For some people it's much better. And also just the fact that it makes us completely secure from the denial of service attack that we had means that this is the right thing right now. We're not going back. However, we have people improving this constantly right now.
And the reason we are not going back is because this team matchmaking for us is still at risk.
Very much so.
We do not want to get the same thing that happened 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
The fact that no one could freaking get a match. Like, not even bad matchmaking, just no matchmaking because we were getting attacked. So we're not reverting this team matchmaking because team matchmaking for us is too...
It's not an option.
Yeah, is too scary, actually.
Yeah.
So that's it for that. So right now we're on our matchmaking and we're improving it as fast as we can. And by the way, you guys don't see updates when we move something in there.
No, we don't. We mention it if we can, but we don't need to mention every single little detail that we tweak. Community event this weekend. So
Yay.
I mentioned it earlier. It's gonna be a ridiculous blood feast. It's gonna be everywhere. Actually, we have a meeting with our economy designer because he wants to study what's gonna happen with the horrible. You know, we're gonna destroy the economy.
Well, basically, everybody's gonna access to lots of perks. It's gonna make the grind really fun and fast.
Yeah.
Thing is, two things.
This is not the weekend to go to a cottage in the woods and get stuck there for 3 days not being able to play.
Two things I want to say. First off, yes, kill your friend is going to be something that will add to the pool. So if you guys really want to farm like farming,
yeah,
go and
do it
kill
in
your
there.
friend. Yeah.
Even though you don't accumulate the
Because
points, they are counted anyway.
They are counted anyways towards the goal, and of course, there's still going to be farming in the game. We can't do that.
Second thing.
Second thing, we know the blood point cap is
You're
low.
gonna reach it quickly.
You're gonna reach it quickly. You're gonna spend a lot of time doing blood webs. We could not technically do it for both console and PC at the same time, which is why we decided to make it fair for everyone and
You're gonna have
it the
to
same
spend your
for
points.
everyone. Yeah. But down the line, this is something we do want to
and it's gonna be fun. Bugs, changes, and fixes. Oh, a quick question here. Will there ever be a change to Survive with Friends where we return to our Survive with Friends lobby instead of having to go back in and re-inviting? Absolutely. It's in the works right now. It's not finished, but it's something we absolutely want.
Okay.
Of course. Chaining lobbies would be much better. You wanted to say something here about these bugs, changes, and fixes.
Well, starting with Nurse, we do know about the bug. We fixed a lot of things on Nurse
already this
right
week.
now. I'm proud that we got really, really quick on the fixes. That was great. Thing is, though, she still has this very annoying one where
I think you can say fuck.
Yeah.
People have clicked the thing that
where
makes
you
them
blink
18.
Where you blink in the killer shack and end up in the basement.
Yeah.
This one we know about, and it has been flagged as a high priority, of course. Just so you know, this one just didn't make it to the hot fixes to the Nurse, but we know about it, so it's there. Happened to me last time I played her, so it was annoying.
Yeah.
So, next on the list, loss of progress. I have
there's a slide for that.
one.
Roberto, please.
Loss of progress. Update on where we are with this.
Alright.
Oh yeah, Shrine. I saw Shrine go through there. Shrine is going to be fixed. I think it's fixed in the next build.
So, this is, right now we have a solution for the loss of progress, well, a possible avenue of solution. We need to have volunteers test this, because we need to test it in a live game. So...
well, there's two things with this. Right now, we are almost ready to deploy the back-end solution that we have on the safe games, but it's scary as fuck. I'm gonna be blunt here. It's really scary because if we do that and there's a problem, it's for everybody.
We could wipe out every single save game out there.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that, by the way.
Yeah, so this is why we will run a volunteer testing. So it's going to be volunteer-based. Everybody that knows how to back up their files and they want to opt into the volunteer thing.
It will help immensely for us to secure a way to fix this. And it'll be through the live version.
Exactly. Then we're going to do the analysis of what happened. If there's bugs to fix, we're going to fix the bugs. If the test run, this round is needed another time, we're going to do another test round, but make sure it's very safe for when we have it for everybody. Once the backend saved file system comes in, Legacy Prestige will be able to be refunded.
Exactly.
Yay!
Among other things.
Among other things.
It'll allow for a lot of stuff.
If you don't want to test it, you don't test it. And I'm sorry, I see people spamming, no, I don't want, well, you're not
you don't
obligated.
Have to.
That's why it's called volunteer testing, right?
Yeah. Oh, some people are asking about gesture. You can take it off, that's fine. There will be new gestures. Yes, absolutely. And, yeah, I had a little conversation with the animators.
Well, it's not done yet.
No, it's not happening now, but I'm saying there will be new gestures, for sure.
Right.
Killer D-Pip when Survivor DC. So we're really in the middle of a big conversation just before this. That was the top conversation happening. There seems to be a lot of different views on what's happening when people disconnect and the result.
I actually sent an email with very clear what the result is. In right now, killers can get depipped by people pulling the plug, basically, and that's unacceptable.
But also, it's impossible according to our code because there's no difference between the killer disconnecting and the survivors disconnecting.
So, point is, right now there's a few bugs that are bugged on this issue specifically.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is flagged as top priority because it is very annoying. And then, because we're talking about disconnects,
go on.
And the reason why people disconnect and everything, we know that it can be caused by a crash, by the game, leaving, by lag, but it's also caused a lot by people pulling the freaking plug on people. And
because of flashlights.
Leaving to keep their items because they're mad that something happened in the game.
So
because... And this is something we want to punish.
To be
down
clear,
the line.
the design is, the idea is, if you disconnect during the game, you should lose your item. Period. Now, that being said, that's not the behavior right now, and we're trying to fix that. One of the things is the flashlight. It's a big of an issue right now. Since we fixed the flashlight, it made it extremely powerful. It shouldn't be a problem if this is a super rare, like the purple flashlight with the add-ons on should be an extremely rare occurrence because it's very rare. But people disconnect to keep it, so it causes two horrible problems. It means there's a flood of those purple flashlights because nobody loses them.
Yep.
And people disconnect all the time, which is a shitty way to play the game.
Yes, there you go. So we had two solutions for that. First one is nerfing the flashlights.
And the nerf actually comes in the way of more precise calibration.
Yes.
So the way we're doing it is that you will have to actually aim exactly at the killer's face, well, more precisely, and also if the killer doesn't see the flashlight, it shouldn't trigger.
Exactly. So basically, killers, you won't be able to be flashlighted from, right here.
180 degrees.
Yeah, where you don't even see the guy, but you get blinded.
And looking up, for instance, will save you from being blinded because you're not looking at the flashlight. These kinds of things. So that's happening currently, and we're finishing it, and hopefully we can push that very quickly. Scratch marks?
Scratch marks. Okay, so scratch marks, I had an answer from the team. Basically saying, right now, scratch marks are like that. End of story, we're not reverting, we're not trying to fix because we cannot find what's wrong. But... saying that, what can we do to get them better? What do you guys think should be a good improvement to the way scratch marks are behaving right now? Because it's all a matter of what they look like, right? And how they appear and where they appear. Yeah. So we need to pinpoint specifically what would be, like, it's never going to be back to what it was.
No.
No.
The idea is that they should be coherent across the board so that you can trust what they are.
Exactly. So it's all about...
We're not going to try to recreate the behavior.
It's all about coherence. So when we see scratch marks on... You're running whispers and there's scratch marks appearing right in front of you, that's a problem. That's a lack of coherence. So that's something we can fix.
Absolutely.
But the actual... The way the scratch marks are compared to what it was before, we cannot find it, the difference. No. So right now what we can do though is isolate the problems and fix these problems.
Pallets. So there was a bug with our patch notes that happened. Essentially, this should have been in the patch notes and it wasn't, so people are screaming because, oh, you made a stealth patch. It was not the point. Currently,
the map team, aka Matt Walker, is reviewing and rebalancing pallets overall over the game.
It's pallets and vaulting and all these things.
The change to the jungle gyms that you guys experienced, and also the amount of pallet that's been reduced was wanted.
Yeah.
The
But
jungle gyms
broadcast.
though, and the jungle gyms though, Matt knows and he's working on it, and that's going to change again a little bit.
Yeah.
So no more of the occurrence where you have 2 windows or 2 pallets.
Yeah.
So that's going to
sometimes
change.
we try something and then we realize, you know what?
Yeah, but I think the big deal there is because no one knew about it.
Yeah,
So it just
absolutely.
appeared.
And we never want to do stealth patches. It's just it didn't make it into the patch. Now it's miscommunication somewhere. Will you be attending Gamescom this year in Germany? Probably not. Probably not. It's way too soon, and we don't have a plan. So.
Wait a minute. We didn't talk really about disconnects.
No, that's the next one.
Oh, okay. I thought like we talked a bit, but okay. So we know who you are.
It's funny because I was getting the list just before this. So we have the top 100 people who have disconnected the most in the last week.
We know who you are. Soft bands are rolling in.
And you will be the first on our list. So not the people who were disconnecting last week.
We're not going to ban you retroactively, but we are going to watch you closely.
If you are still on that list when we do have the ban, you're the first ones to go. Fair?
Fair.
So, cool. I like that.
So, yeah.
Gentle yet firm.
No, that's not gentle. I don't want to be gentle with that.
Okay.
That's a douche move.
Well, we're speaking softly.
Oh, you speak softly. I'm mad. I'm really not patient this
No,
week.
the disconnects are horrible. I agree. How about a perk like the We're Gonna Live Forever, but for killers? Yes, that would be really cool. And yes, we've talked about it.
We talked about a lot of, point perks for killers, activated perks for killers, and I'm not in the design team, so that's their side, but I was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool so if killer had that, that would be great.
Yeah. And my conversation with the design team was the next perks I see out of you for killers, I want them to be perks that I'm considering replacing Brutal Strength or No-Ed or something like that.
It needs to be strong enough so you have an incentive to actually play it and not always have the same killer loadout.
When is the Brutality mug going to be back in the merch store? I don't know. It's way too popular, but it should be back soon. I mean, that store did not expect our popularity, I guess.
Oh, and by the way, about disconnects, we are actually working on a way where we're going to know what the disconnect comes from, of course. We're not going to start banning people because their game crashed, right?
Obviously.
Just to make sure everybody knows.
If you crash every single game you play, then you might get banned, but then you have a bigger problem than that. Okay, next, art contest. So the art contest, the fan art contest that we had is now over. The Alienware voting is done. They sent, I believe, the top 100 entries that were voted on to us. And now it's within the team where we will vote on who will actually be the winners of the fan art contest, which is great. There's been some amazing stuff. I can't wait to show you the winners. The cosplay contest has started.
Yep.
Same thing on the Alienware website. Go look it up. I have a link that I can give to our mods. They can broadcast it. Check it out. It's really cool. I'm very, very excited to see that because we have a few really good cosplayers with talent out there. And I'm excited to see that.
And guys who asked question about Halloween DLC for console, whatever, we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
I had something in my mind that I completely forgotten while I was talking, so up to the next one. Steam group invites spam. Steam actually changed the way they are doing groups invite on Steam. We didn't do anything about it, but it's just a PSA like, hey guys, Steam changed it, so you shouldn't be receiving any more of those group spam invite. Yeah.
Good. Scoping the new ping timeout system.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about this because this is not on the roadmap at all for right now, but I am working on it, and I would like to. We talked about the ping indicator but the new thing for you guys today would be the timeout system. But
Yeah.
what is a timeout system, Matt? So, example, you are playing against this guy, right? And this guy really doesn't like you, and he makes
It's harassment.
the life of him. He wants to ruin your good time. So at the end of the game, you could press a little button here that said time out this guy. So for an hour, you're not matched with him. Example. So it is not banning people for never playing against them. That's not what we want. But it's to say, hey, I want to break up this guy because really, that doesn't work for me. So, is leave match the same as disconnect for ban purposes?
We were talking about that just now, but it should be considered the same, because it doesn't really matter whether you decide to leave and you press quit game or Alt F4, or if you pull the cable. You're still leaving the game.
Yeah.
And I understand that sometimes you're playing and then your mom comes in, or the phone rings, or the Amazon delivery guy is there, or something comes up where you need, like, you just spilled.
Well, you can go AFK, or if you're on a hook, you can just die, but at least you're not disconnecting, right?
No, but my point is sometimes you might go, hey, I need to leave right now, and you close and you leave. If you have a soft ban of, I don't know, whatever, a short period for that one time, it's reasonable, and I think people expect that it's reasonable. Obviously, one time, short punishment, but if it happens a second time and a third time, then you end up with...
It's all a matter of reports also. So when the soft ban system rolls, it's going to work with reports, and it's going to be flagging you after a next number of reports. Of course, it's not going to be one time you have one DC this game randomly and you're flagged and you're banned. No, that's not how it's going to work.
Someone was asking, is play with your food not losing token on Huntress throws intended? No.
It's not, and it is
a bug,
fixed in the next patch.
Yeah, the patch that's happening. That we're testing right now. Okay.
We have are we already at the stats? Wow, that was
things are moving.
So
what do you want to say about that?
I have stats on the
we have a stats thing. Do we have stats? Oh, okay, cool. Let's show some stats.
We need to see the ping. Yes.
What about it if you leave due to the killer being laggy? Will you get banned? That comes with the ping indicators.
Yeah, and that comes with also our knowledge of why you disconnect.
Okay, so top killer perks, all ranks on console.
Yeah, so I have everything. So I have killer, survivor, all ranks, rank 1, console, and PC. So that's gonna take.
That's cool. So that's all ranks.
Yeah.
Iron Grasp, huge favorite again. You see, Unrelenting. I tell you, I love Unrelenting.
Yeah, but we're talking all ranks,
and
we're talking console. So.
Next page.
You'll see PC.
Rank 1
is not there. What?
There you go. That's rank 1 for console.
Yeah. So there you see rank 1. There is no Unrelenting.
It's still a good perk. It's still a good perk.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's no deja vu, but
oops, I'm not in order, but that was my bad.
Console rank 1, okay.
Rank
that's
one
for survivor. Yeah.
So well, we're just showing you guys.
Yeah, there you go. So you
there's
can
not
look at them
really
and discuss
something
and scream.
Very surprising here, except Prem and Spine Chill, but you know, yeah, it's good. You can go next. All ranks.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, just to because someone was asking a question. When we talk about soft bans, we mean a ban for a certain duration. Yeah. Well, so short or long, but it's for a set duration as opposed to
what we're looking at probably is 24, 48 hours a week, and then
forever.
Well,
we'll see. There's rules, but at some point we won't keep giving you short bans. If you keep being a dick, you're on. But yeah, so that's what we mean by soft ban, is a ban that's temporary.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay, killer perks, all ranks for PC. There you go. Brutal Strength, always a favorite. Unrelenting, that's all ranks, but still. The last one, rank 1. Goes away. No Ed. Iron Grasp is way down. Okay. Do you have other stats that you brought in there?
Yeah.
That's the top survivor
one
perks all around for PC.
For PC. So, yeah. Iron Will is up there.
Yeah.
And of course, Borrowed Time.
Yeah.
One of my favorite. I'm lying.
Next. That's it.
Yeah, I think
that's the next. Okay,
that's
good.
It. So
Thank
you guys have a lot of stats. Yay!
Will the Huntress speed get buffed? No, probably not. I think she's
not.
good. I think she's okay right
Probably
now.
not.
Will the ping indicator be available in the console version? Yes, it should. Both of these should stay the same. Both
When
console and PC should stay
when
the same.
we're releasing something on PC that is meant to upgrade the quality of life or balance the game or push fixes, it's gonna come to console.
Unless there's a specific reason why, like console have some very, very rigid rules about what you can do and can't do. So if something in there doesn't work, but other than that, we'll make sure that both of the versions are as close as possible. So there. Next, where were we on the menu here? Stats. Okay. Oh, you want the stats on the lunges. Okay, yeah, I have that in my list actually. Do you have the lunge information for killers? So the formula is very, very simple. The lunge lasts for 1.5 seconds. You start at your max speed, whatever it is for that killer. And then in the first 0.75 second, the first half of that lunge, you are going from 100% to 150% of your speed. And then for the last 0.75 second, the second half of the lunge, you are going at that full 100% speed. That's how the lunge works. I don't know what else you want to know, but that's exactly right. So you have a beautiful curve where the first half, you are getting up to that speed, to 150% of your current speed, or of your top speed, sorry. And then for the last 0.75 second, you are going at the top speed. I don't know if people wanted to know more than that, but that's how it works.
No, I don't think lobby dodging is going to be soft ban. No, not if we're offering a ping indicator and someone decides to say, "Hey, I don't like this ping. I don't want to play this, so I'm leaving." No, there's not going to be soft banning for that. Not until we have a. No. I just don't think so, no.
Yeah.
Also, about matchmaking, because I see a lot of comments on matchmaking, I'm going to reopen a thread on, like we did last time we rolled on our matchmaking, and have you guys send us all the information that we need. And since we're on our matchmaking now, we can go and check your specific case. So if we see, for example, like, people in the Netherlands at 1 a.m, they never get one game. Well, maybe we can update this specifically. So I'm going to open the thread tomorrow probably, and I'll make sure to drop your information right there. Anything else, then the information is going to be deleted.
There you go. A few questions here. What about salty survive with friend reporting killers for killing them as the game intended? Multiple reports will ban you. No, we will not ban purely on reports. We will investigate a little bit with that. Obviously, also killers making survivor DC by putting the plug. That's something that we're fixing in another manner, but disconnecting on purpose, whether you're a killer or a survivor, will punish you, period.
Yep.
So it should not then become a behavior that people have, because that's not going to be useful or usable even. There you go. Is there going to be a system? No. Okay.
To answer,
I'm not going to get into the details of the soft ban system and the rules and all of that. When we're finished with that, you're working on it with the mods, and when you have a full-on document, it will be broadcast. It's not going to be secret. Everybody's going to know.
So someone's asking, where is it?
Yes.
I missed it.
That's okay.
That was a good question.
Well, I have a few questions here that I need to get to if possible.
Oh, yeah,
Those are questions from the Steam Q&A that we usually hold. Okay, can any game start with only... Okay, it's very badly worded, but essentially it says, can the game start with only dull totems, and as soon as the hex perk activates, then one of the totems lights up so that, you know, people don't clean up everything at the beginning, or... yeah, so... Yes, it's part of the update that comes with the hag, because obviously the hag is the one that presented us with those totems. There. Can I show you artworks, and when you like them you create a doable community event, and when we reach the goal you create these artworks as killer cosmetics for a cosmetic DLC? No, not in that format, but we have in the past created in-game assets according to some people have given
That's
them.
all, I'm
It's
trying
a
to
Steam
fit
Workshop.
it in the Steam
No,
Workshop.
it is the Steam Workshop,
idea,
exactly. So in the Steam Workshop, we'll give extremely detailed guidelines on how you can create game assets, not artwork, but full-on game assets. And then you can present them, and people will vote on them. And if there's enough positive, then we will put it in the game. And then there's...
But we also have the last word on it. So
Of course.
bikinis for Meg.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna
You have a
happen.
better chance at bikinis for Ace, I'm telling you right now.
Even if the community votes massively for it, that's
Not
not
gonna
gonna happen
happen.
because it is a design choice. So you guys
Yeah.
are gonna have to think about that when you present your things.
Okay, so this I was supposed to get an answer from Olivier. We'll wait until next week to answer it. That's a question from Nosferatu. Don't think I disregard your question. I will get it when I have an answer. When is luck going to affect perk with a fixed chance? It says Ace in the Hole and Technician. It could also affect pretty much all of the Doctor's add-on as they're based on a random number generation. You're absolutely correct. We would like to do a big pass on all things luck related. It would be really, really cool. Do a big luck update. It's not in the plan right now, but it'd be really nice to have that whole system be a little richer.
Just so we go back a little bit on the DC and the soft bands, when we roll all this, we will have the concede option, right?
Yes, yes.
So if you're stuck in a stalemate, or if you're stuck in a moment where you're
Once the gates are open.
Yeah, once the gates are open, you will be a concede option, and you can be like, hey, you know what? Take all you have. I'll take all I have.
Let's end this.
End of story. I don't want to run after you for 48 minutes.
Yeah. Then the lunge information. Okay. Okay, can we get a map pack with additional map for DLC locations that exist? Would be nice to have more swamp, asylum, hospital, and forest map. Yes, it
Matt
would be
is like,
great.
I'd like that, but I'm only one guy.
But there are more maps coming, and they are in the existing themes that have not seen many variations. So yes, lucky you, you get exactly what you want. Why the change about pallets and Jingle Gym are not written in the patch notes? That is a mistake on our part. Sorry. We tend to be very good with the patch notes. We detail everything. We'll work on that. We'll make it even better. Promise. You doing
On
some...
that note,
Yeah.
the flashlight changes. I need to.
Yeah, we'll fix that afterwards. But you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, because
It'll
they were
start
not there. I was like, hey, we
with the
can't
next
push
one.
this without.
Are you doing something to punish or at least prevent people who disconnect to save items such as flashlight? Yeah, we talked about that.
We talked about it at
I
length
will
today.
forgive you because you asked that probably 2 days ago.
Are you reworking swamp for Huntress hatchets? I think I did saw that in the patch notes, if I am not
there's
mistaken.
one or two elements
we are
that are
adding lockers on the swamp map.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, hells, where are my lockers?
Yeah. How many DBD developers reading suggestions and feedback forums? I'd say it's about half of the team that actively, well, to a certain extent. Some are way too much in the forums and the suggestions and feedback and all of that. And some never check. But I'd say about half the team regularly checks forums and suggestion boxes. And
You
things like
guys
that.
need to realize that suggestions and feedback is
Yeah,
really
that's cool.
good.
That's fine. I just
Except
write under you.
at the end of the story, at the end of the...
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Sure.
so at the end, right? It's the design team decision.
Yeah.
It's them. They decide what the game is going to. They can get inspired by you. They can take really good ideas from you, but you can't guarantee that.
No, but
you're
that's
gonna
it. We're
bring
not
in-
blindly following the community. We're also not doing design by committee, but we do absolutely want to hear what people want. But as I remind those designers regularly, and everybody on the team actually, we should trust each other to make the right decisions most of the time, because so far this is what we've done, and it's served you well because you're getting a game that you obviously like enough to watch us talk about it for an hour. Will there be leaderboards? Yes, but not at the same time as the rework.
No,
Those have
because
been
we
pushed
had
a
to
little
cut down on some stuff, and we heard a lot of comments about leaderboards and how the game and where
And
the
the
game's
ranking.
going and the ranking.
We want to make sure that when you finish a game, you get a better sense of how well you did before we rank you up against each other.
Yeah.
What are the usage stats for the save the best for last perk before and after the change? I couldn't get the stats on that, but we will, because that's a super interesting question specifically for this one, how it fared before and after the change. Yes, survivors get triple blood point perks. Can you make the same for killers? Yes, we absolutely can.
And
we've been talking about it.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can squeeze that in there.
Okay, would we ever get a story just about the entity on its history and what it actually thinks and feels? Could we get a comic or novel similar to that of it, explaining where, or for that matter, when it came from? Yes, please. We've been in conversation with a few partners out there, possible people we could work with to create either graphic novels or novel or whatever other medium to relay some story about our characters. This is something I would love to be able to do. And we will keep getting information, but you're right, as a separate medium, as a separate form of communication, it would be really, really cool.
I see questions running in of stuff we already discussed, and I'm telling you guys, stop spamming it.
It's not useful.
Check the summary.
We're not going to answer
check
it
the VOD.
because you're screaming it more.
Yes.
Is chain dropping survivors with decisive strike considered an exploit? And if so, will you do something to fix it? It is not an exploit. It is part of the mind game, kind of, because you have to time it and try to. You're like, I don't even know if
Honestly,
they have decisive
guys,
strike, and you're just sort of.
Yeah. At this point, you're running DS, right? And the killer dribbling you, because we're gonna talk, we're gonna say it. That's literally dribbling you. Is supposed to give you wiggle points, right?
Yeah.
So at some point, you're either going to wiggle out or have enough time to hit your decisive strike, or get hooked.
Yeah. So
because
the killer doing that is making it harder for you.
It is a shitty moment and a shitty strat.
You're being carried by a killer.
But
it's not great anyway.
But we're not banning for that.
No,
it is not a bug
not.
exploit because it is not a bug.
No,
it is a mechanic that is annoying. No, not gonna lie, it's annoying. Like you get dribbled around, it's annoying. But your I don't know how to say that. It is not a bug and it's not an exploit.
There we go.
Therefore, it's not an exploit.
There you have it. Well, that was it for my questions. Is it time to go around the web to show really cool stuff that people have been doing this week?
Yes, if you want to.
I would love to.
There we go.
All right. Roberto, take us to the magical land of the interwebs,
Also,
please.
No, Bloodlust is not getting removed.
Well, okay, this is adorable. I believe this is Bobotako who created this, the cutest possible mix. This next one, I don't have the artist, but
why?
I don't know why. It's a strange one, especially because it doesn't look very warm and loving. There's some element of coercion in there. Then we have Dermopser, who's a group that took some pictures, I believe, at a
the raid guy
convention.
is right there.
It's really, really cool. I love that picture. And they have a bunch of pizza boxes in the middle.
It's amazing. It's
Dwight.
really cool.
Well done. Then
I
we
hope
have
cosplay contest.
Freakova did this. Amazing. Doctor and Huntress. BFFs. I did not know that. Then Kawara, I have a few from Kawara. There was a long sequence they did. So cool. I like this a lot. The next one from Kawara also, I believe, is the male survivors. Dwight looks almost manly in this. Strange. The third one, again from Kawara, is... I don't know how to explain it, and I love it. It's a family picture. Then we have Nattergian.
Look at the level 1 doctor now. It was so cute.
Nattergian did this piece of the shy Wraith hiding in a corner. I like it a lot.
Because
beautiful
being
style.
abused by survivors?
Maybe, I don't know. Everybody makes fun of Bing Bong Man. Then Owl created this Huntress. There's a lot of Huntress art coming, obviously, right now. I think it's inflaming people's imaginations. Côté. Beautiful, beautiful little
nice.
pencil work.
I
Then
love this style.
Quackiro. Really cool artwork. Love it. Then we have Voorhees. Very pretty. I tried to get different styles. I really like this. And the last one is Xalia.
Lots of Huntress this game.
Hey, there you go.
No Nia.
Well, there was one Nia.
About no Nia.
Yeah.
Percentage of
It's
Nias
very low.
Low.
Percentage of Nia.
Just to go back on the community event, because a lot of people are asking for it, while we are going to post about it, because it's starting in a few hours, right? There's going to be a link to the website where you can follow live the progress towards the challenge.
Yeah. And it's going to
It's not in game counter, but it's a counter.
That's what I was waiting for at the beginning, that I couldn't... Do we have the final objective?
If I am not mistaken, if that's not been changed, it might be close to 150 billion blood points. Something like that. Maybe
150
maybe
billion blood
200
points.
billion. We don't know exactly. I don't know exactly which was chosen after like looking at the stats. But it's between 150 and 2 billion blood points to get this weekend.
There you go. That's quite a lot. Yeah.
It's an ocean of blood points. It is a summer team one, you know.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
That's it, I think. We've gone through everything. Do you want to repeat the news and announcements?
I would have liked to actually name the Prospect mods. I think AZU has a list for you up there.
Oh,
probably.
sorry.
No, sorry. Top left on Discord.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Did
he give me a list?
Bazillion.
I don't think he gave me a list.
No, he gave me a list, but maybe...
Can you paste the list, AZU, please? Okay. Yeah, stop sending me cats and spinners. Just a list.
Dr. Valence hasn't been talked about yet. We talked about it in length in other streams. What we're telling you right now is the order in which he's gonna come in.
Yeah.
So after Charity Case, kind of. So yeah.
Okay, so AZU might not be listening right now because I'm not getting the list. That's fine. We will welcome our new prospective friends next time.
No, there is no Twitch shirts for killers. Because it would ruin the actual killer look.
Not just that, but in the it makes sense that survivors could have a T-shirt with the Twitch logo on it.
It
story-wise,
makes kind of no sense that
killers would not. So it will not happen. There. Oh, Isaiah, you just posted a thing, so hopefully I have the list. There we go. We have Shiroku. That's a very difficult name to pronounce.
Okay, XGPMCNP is cat, walked on the keyboard, and that was his name.
Alright.
That's what he said.
Commander Fluffles might also be a cat name. Ryuti, Steve, Gedawid, Dova.
We also have, Isaiah still typing. We also have someone from Germany, which I don't remember the name.
Wicked Lucy?
Yeah, Lucy, I think it's...
There you go. And Vorfidis.
Vorfidis, also. So those are our Prospect mods.
Yeah.
So,
thank you for joining the team already.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully you make it.
That sounds so harsh. I'm not very
I don't
stressed out about that.
I'm sure you'll do fine. It's good. Okay, the last words actually today. I'll be serious for a second because we have a friend who's having a really rough time today and asked me to take a moment to tell people You know, I've said a few times to people, take a moment to call your mom. Today I'm gonna say, call your dad.
Aw.
Some of us can't, and it's terrible. So I will do that just after I finish here.
Okay, I was like, are you alright?
No, I'm okay, but
Is your dad alright?
no, but some of us can't, unfortunately. So if you can right now, if you're one of the lucky people who can take the phone and pick it up and call their dads, do that. Yeah, it's worth it.
On this very
Yeah, it's a serious note. I know I didn't want to screw up everything, but it's important.
so everybody that are spamming charity case and shit like that,
Just
Just
go
go
back
back
and watch the beginning of the show.
the beginning of the show. I'm doing a summary on Steam after and couple with Cold Jack's summary on
Of course.
Reddit. And I started to put what we're gonna talk about on Steam, well, on the Twitch, on a Steam post. Anyways, before the Twitch, so you guys will have information before the Twitch on what we're gonna talk about on the show, so you can tune in or not, depending on what you guys think we should pick a talk about. So yeah, that's something I'm trying this week. Hopefully it's gonna work. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
And was it
I'm done.
the Windsor? Shout out to you for being an upstanding person.
Okay. Thank
That's
you.
it.
Thank you, person.
Thank you very much for showing up again, and we will see you next week. Bye. You can press the button.